There's a moment in your bones when the fire takes over. Blood is running, heart is pumping as the battle gets closer. They can say what they want now, 'cause we'll be screaming now. We can be heroes everywhere we go. We can have all that we ever want. Singing like Ali, rocking our bodies, standing on top like a champion. Keep your heart silver, give me that gold. You'll remember when I say we can be heroes everywhere we go. Keeping us down is impossible. We're unstoppable. We're unstoppable. We're unstoppable. We're unstoppable. We're unstoppable. We're unstoppable. We're unstoppable.
Magandang hapon mga Summoners! Welcome here to the 2018 Bacchus Pro Gaming Series Spring Playoffs, kung saan matutunghayan natin ang semifinals game, ang continuation ng Team Manila Eagles versus TNC Pro Team. Pero bago pa natin pag-usapan yan, pakilala muna kami bilang casters for today. Arctic at your service fam, bago ba kulay ng boko? Yes, and of course, kasama ko si Chisto.
Yan, syempre sobrang saya ko ngayon, Arctic, because it's not our usual stream day. We're streaming on a Thursday, not Friday, not Saturday. Pero yeah, gaya na sinabi ni Arctic, babalik tayo sa semifinals, itong playoff stage ng Pro Gaming Series, kung saan magtatapat ang TNC Pro Team at ang defending champions natin, Team Manila Eagles.
Yes, and of course, from where we last picked off, si TNC ang medyo nakapag-build ng momentum kasi ang current standing nga natin is sitting at 81. Pabor nga dito sa TNC Pro Team ang ating mga Phoenix. So, Team Manila Eagles, kailangan medyo... This is game time for them right now. If they lose one more game. Yes.
In a sense. Pero yun nga, gaya sinabi ni Arctic, may momentum ngayon yung TNC Pro Team kung saan this is their first playoffs if I recall correctly. Pero TME, knowing them, hindi sila bago dito sa situation kung saan sila ay behind. Kayang-kaya nilang gawin tong comeback. Yung tanong lang talaga is kung kaya ba nilang i-pull off the laban sa TNC who have looked very, very strong throughout the split, and their journey towards the semifinals has really been great.
And gaya nga ng pinag-uusapan natin pa ulit-ulit, kumbaga yung sa nakikita nating performance ng Team Manila Eagles, in all fairness naman sa kanila, andun pa rin naman yung galing nila as champions nung previous season. Nagkataon lang talagang lahat ng teams nag-step up, lalo tong TNC Pro Team. Parang sila yung poster boy ko ng from previous splits, talagang they were flying way low the radar.
Nasa relegation sila before nag-start ng split na to. And yeah, gaya nga na sinabi mo, gusto ko yung climb up as well ng TNC Pro Team. And it's really nice to see the step up from all teams for this split.
And this is, I can't even imagine kung ano yung tumatakbo sa isip ng Team Manila Eagles ngayon. Kasi oo, andun yung factor na given na kaya nilang makipag-deal sa ganitong high-pressure situations, pero like, I couldn't imagine yung, at the same time, you also have to take into account na sila yung defending champions natin. So, kumbaga, there's all the more pressure na, nako, hindi man, kung if they lose out on the series, sabi natin, oo, unfortunately, they won't be able to proceed. Pero to have to drop it as early as semifinals, yung hindi ka man lang makakapag-defend all the way to finals, it's kind of heartbreaking in a way.
Yeah, andun sa likod ng isip mo, Arctic, yung in a sense na TME have more to lose here, whereas yung TNC, gutom na gutom sila na i-prove yung sarili nila dito sa PGS, and knocking out the defending champions is definitely a statement kung magagawa nga nila yun today.
Ayan, but I don't know, with TNC Pro Team though, ito yung sinasabi ko na, I mean, that's for the side of Team Manila Eagles, for the side of TNC Pro Team. Well, that's another team right there that I've been so happy for because they've had the 360 change when it comes to improvement in players, improvement in management, improvement of support staff. And I think sa nakikita nga nating performance nila from the group stage heading into the playoffs, culmination na to ng lahat ng next level changes na ginawa ng TNC. So I guess we'll just have to see though. I'd really love to see a Game 5 just so that, you know, we could see both teams kind of duke it out all the way para mas intense. Pero, syempre, depende pa rin yan sa maging performance ng Team Manila Eagles as we head into the drafting phase.
Yeah, tignan natin ano ang balak nitong mga team na to na alisin sa kanya-kanya as we head on to pick and ban. It said, looks like Cassiopeia will be the first ban from the defending champions.
Interesting. So, we've been talking about how medyo unique tong circumstances kapag yung mga enemy teams na kakalaban tong TNC Pro Team. Kasi it's not like yung typical na okay, we just need to ban out what's meta na kaya nilang mag-pop. Andun din yung factor na dahil medyo kakaiba rin yung shampoo, lalo nitong si Hayes. Ayun, sa classic example
yan yung
right
shampoo
there.
ni Hayes, yung Yasuo na binan niya. But yeah, like you mentioned, TNC have these very different strats na hindi mo makikita sa other more standard teams. Of course, we have to remind the viewers out there, we are playing on patch 8.4, so a lot of things are really, really good in patch 8. Of course, the new mage items, the buff to the Baron, Sion, incredibly popular picks paired with the banner of command. So we have to watch out for that as Sion is open. Let's see, will JLC jump on this pick? TME are blue side, so sila nga yung unang makapick. And like I mentioned, Sion being covered by TME, very, very strong pick, especially with his high base damages. Can really bully his opposing laners while building tanky as well. So definitely a threat, and it is locked in by the defending champions.
No surprise right there. I mean, kung isipin nyo rin yung circumstance na TME versus TNC, parehong si JLC tsaka si Icarus highly proficient sa champion na to. Tapos gaya nga ng sinabi mo, nagkataon talagang it's very much up in the meta as of 8.4. So no surprise right there na ipa-prioritize yan ng Team Maniligas. Pero mukhang sasagutin yan ng TNC Pro Team by going for the Cho'Gath.
Yeah, and Cho'Gath is one of those counters to the Sion in lane where kayang-kaya i-match nung Cho'Gath yung wave clear ng Sion, because makita natin, Sion would constantly spam his E, try to shove the minion wave, and Cho'Gath can sustain through all of that, both of course with his passive and using his abilities as well to match the push coming from the Sion. So Icarus on this Cho'Gath, kayang-kaya niyang i-push back si JLC, then hindi niya hayaan na i-bully lang siya, as TME here have picked up the Sejuani, and will they lock in the Xayah for Marky? One of probably signature picks.
Yeah, definitely a signature pick. I mean, for those na nakatutok talaga sa Team Maniligas nitong previous split, kung di ako nagkakamali, si Marky yung unang naka-pentakill nung season na yan, and it was actually on the Xayah right here. Kaya talagang ito yung panahon na Xayah was pretty much up there as one of the marksmen na highly contested. Tapos, like, if I'm not mistaken, at least for me, Marky was like the best Xayah player as of the last split. Pero nakita naman natin this split, ang daming mga marksman na biglang just up their game. So we'll just have to see how that goes.
Yeah, and of course, with TME picking up the Xayah, mukhang ayaw makita ng TNC yung Lovers bot lane. They will ban out the Rakan in their second banning phase and denying the Azir as well from Trevor. As for TME, seeing that TNC have not picked up a jungler pick, will ban out one of Burst's signature pick in the Jarvan. So a lot of denial in the second phase of banning.
Interesting. So within the second rotation though, I'm wondering kung ano yung pipiliing champions ng TNC tsaka TME with these particular champions banned out. Talagang nakita natin kung gaano ka-thorough yung thought process ng parehong team as to what they want to make sure that they take off the board within the second rotation. But interesting enough, looks like we're going to be seeing supports from and Lulu for TNC and TME respectively.
Yeah, Lulu, with the Rakan being banned out, looks like TME have opted for a rather weak bot lane matchup compared to a Tristana and Braum, because Tristana and Braum will always be able to push in Marky and Rock. This is such a power bot lane from TNC, as Arthur's is probably trolling here.
Nope, I don't think
TNC need a jungler here. Zac
Yep.
would fit their comp very well as that backline threat. Of course, Zac jumping in with Elastic Slingshot could really threaten both Marky and Roxy. So kailangan nila mag-ingat versus the Zac, especially since there's really no real tools to push him away.
And I think with these two jumbo picks right here, this is what we've been talking about during the previous stream na kung isipin mo yung style ni Cooks tsaka ni Burst, sobrang complementary nila sa carries, and this is a Sejuani and Zac that we're talking about. Kaya kung sino yung medyo makahataw sa earlier phases na maka-influensya sa mga lanes, I'm wondering who they'll be prioritizing overall. Then I'm expecting na sila ultimately yung medyo makaka-build up into the later parts of the game in a much more consistent way, I guess.
Yan, gusto ko yung sinabi mo, Arctic, kung sino man makahataw sa early game, sila yung mananalo in this series, and especially on this new patch where Baron is such high value, where whichever team picks the first Baron usually ends the game with it. Gaya na sinabi mo, kung sino humataw sa early game, sila yung lalamang, and sila yung magkaka-pressure in that area. Tingnan natin how these teams will execute towards that goal.
Man, this is just so crazy. It's coming down to the wire, guys. By this Saturday, malalaman natin kung sino ang magiging 2018 Spring Champion natin. But of course, nasa semifinals pa lang tayo, guys. We still have to determine who our two finalists will be as we head on to the Rift in just a bit. Kita-kits! And there you have it, ladies and gents. It's gonna get all the more intense. Grabe, saktong-sakto yung summer season natin. Not in terms of actual season, pero nasa spring split pa lang tayo. I'm talking about yung actual init ng Pinas, guys. But just for clarification, as we head into Game 4 between Team Manila Eagles and TNC Pro Team.
Yeah, alam nyo kung di pa kayo excited para sa TNC laban sa TME, merong mali eh. Kasi ito siguro yung one of the hyped matchups in a sense where TNC have been constantly rising up to the top. Pero yung TME nandun sila sa taas eh, and gusto silang hilain ng TNC po ba?
Sa totoo lang, medyo torn ako sa matchup na to because I've been such a fan of Team Manila Eagles nung previous split, even up till now. Marky Rock's still one of my favorite bot lanes like in the history of PGS ever. Pero at the same time, I've also been championing TNC as a team. It's been such a joy and pleasure to see how far they've come. I mean, I've been supporting TNC even with their previous rosters, but this one right here, this is just like all the ingredients working together for this perfect, I don't know.
Like perfect team?
Like team, yeah, I'm gonna go with team. I was trying to think of a food na pwedeng ikumpara sa team, but it didn't quite come. So yeah, we'll just go.
Pagkain na pwede mong i-compare sa TNC.
Halatang hindi pa nagla-lunch eh, no?
Yeah, you're pretty hungry, Arctic. Pero it's pretty late na hindi ka pa nag-lunch.
Yeah. I mean,
grab a snack after this.
I guess it's the excitement with this game. But nonetheless, let's go ahead and see what happens here so far the laning phase. So, looking at both jungle, kasi ito yung napag-usapan nga natin na medyo crucial para dito sa Team Manila Eagles and TNC. Mukhang parehong si Burst tsaka si Copes magsa-start off dito sa medyo bottom side. So, I'm wondering if we'll be seeing an earlier gank towards the mid or top once they make that rotation.
Yeah, and especially seeing a Zac from TNC. Hindi ako magugulat na makakita ng early gank from Burst here. He's really trying to get his lanes ahead. And with the Zac, you can use the elastic slingshot to really just bamboozle someone from Fog of War. Yung tipong magugulat sila. Because this early into the game, with the removal of Tracker's Knife as well, there's really no early vision that you can lay down. So kailangan mo mag-ingat laban dyan sa Zac na yan.
Man, I'm wondering though, I'm actually glad that you brought that up kasi I think that's what our summoners should look out for. Kung makakagawa ba ng malaking impact si Burst. Kasi, I mean, unlike the Sejuani, could exert that same dominance. Pero iba pa rin kasi yung elastic slingshot versus Scoops na his ganks would be much more fluid until such time he does hit level 6. Burst, he doesn't really need to look for that. He doesn't need to wait for that one early on, but looks like we're going to be seeing that fight right there. That's going to be the transition. Roxy's trying to run this out. He gets yanked in, but that's going to be early first blood para dito sa TNC Pro Team.
Yeah, and binanggit natin kung gaano kalaking impact na may lalagay ni Burst dito sa game na to. He started bot side and he just cleared 3 of his camps and immediately went bot lane to go for the gank, and now he gets Demon Head, picks up a kill as well. That's a great gank by TNC's jungler, and gaya na sinabi ko, with the removal of Tracker's Knife, with no early vision, it's really difficult to play around the Zac as Marky. Gusto mo ba talaga tong laban na to?
Yeah, Marky's gonna try to stop Burst here. Patuloy pa rin niyang habunin. Fortune does not get the root on. Will prevent Burst from clearing out all of the... But still, great move right there from Burst. Medyo dito na nagsisimula yung pressure ni Burst dito kay Coops at yung pagdala ng drought in a way sa jungle side ng TME. So tingnan natin kung ano maging epekto nun dito kay Coops.
Yeah, but looking at that gank, Arctic, di ba lumamang nga yung bot lane ng TNC, medyo na-apektuhan si Burst and he had to sacrifice his red buff. So mukhang Coops will get a 3 buff lead over the 1 buff that the Zac has picked up. So now the Sejuani has a gold and a bit of experience lead, I believe.
Yeah, just a little bit of a sacrifice that Burst did have to make in order to help bot lane. But looks like Orthros and Demon, they're going to bring the action here. Roxy's taking so much damage once again. Pero mukhang Demon will unfortunately fall to Marky. Orthros will take vengeance though, but looks like teleport coming in from JLC. They want to try to go for Orthros. Does not get the knockup though. 1-for-1. Support actually for Marksman. A little bit more towards... Well, then again, teleport was burned for JLC though. So.
Yeah, I think that was a bit too many resources. Feeling ko pwedeng i-cancel JLC yung TP na yun because they knew that Orthros still had his flash. So there's no real reason to complete that teleport. You won't be able to deal enough damage to the Braum this early into the game. So a bit of a wasted teleport from JLC. Now though, TNC have teleport advantage. So if somebody wants to make a play again bot side, Icarus can respond whereas JLC cannot.
Yeah, and it's interesting that we see that play again kasi kung naalala nyo, I think that was way back game 1 or game 2 wherein we had this very aggressive gank from JLC towards the top side. So medyo nakikita natin yung habit na yun from GLC recently within this series na nata-trigger happy siya and looking for a lot of action, and sometimes it does kind of cost TME rather a bit. This time, luckily not as much in form of casualty, but that's definitely a summoner down, and kung makakita nga tayo na action sa other parts of the map, GLC wouldn't be able to respond unless he makes for level 6 and unstoppable onslaught his way, but still Icarus will get that upper hand because of having that teleport up.
Yeah, and syempre binanggit mo na JLC has been a bit trigger happy here, and speaking of other people being trigger happy, I wouldn't be surprised to see Burst go bot lane again, since after that little exchange, Marky had to burn his flash to go for the kill. So if Burst is able to punish that, as he is hovering bot side again, look at this. He's really trying to get Demon and Orthros ahead, as we're gonna see a 3v3 here, Arctic.
Yes, looks like Burst is gonna be joining the fray right here. Demon trying to hit out with TME, they're slow, he's starting to back away. Rox is just taking so much damage. Burst is able to get the kill, pero mukhang di pa sila nagtatakot dito. Tatalin si Demon. Habulin nila si Marky. Marky's trying to back away. That's gonna be the stun. Will TNC get it? So just a few more. It's one more. Demon gets the kill, jumps his way to safety, but unfortunately, that turret will get him as that ends in a 1-for-2.
Yeah, TNC played that so well, especially Burst. You saw what he did. He jumped over with the blast cone, put his Q on the target, used his elastic slingshot para makadikit dun sa Lulu, and used that so that he could knock both Coops and Rox. I'm so happy to see that play from the Zac. That's a great show of Zac mechanics, but man, unrelenting aggression galing sa TNC Pro Team. Talagang pinipressure nila yung bot lane ng TME dito.
Yeah, and if you're gonna look at who's been benefiting so far, oh, here it goes. It looks like that Sinus gonna run in haste. He's gonna walk it off. He'll escape just fine. Not even a single scratch on him.
Yeah, not really the best play to go for. Talia is very mobile as a champion, especially if she's able to get near those walls. And JLC very trigger happy, gaya na sinabi mo. So a bit of a questionable decision in the mid lane. It will mean that he'll give up a bit of experience and CS in the top lane, but things still are very, very even.
Yes, I mean, we've been talking about yung proactivity ni Burst dito sa bot lane by getting quite a number of ganks there. Pero kung titingnan mo, I think Marky, he's been holding his own. Could have been much more worse. In fact, if anything, si Rox ang medyo mas nagsuffer dito with a 0-3-2 standing. But Marky himself, I think he's okay with where he's at right now. 2-1, it could have been way worse if TNC really got a lot of value off these ganks. Tsaka kung mapapansin nyo rin, medyo mas nakacenter yung perfection ng KDA dito kay Burst, sitting at a 201 versus yung 1-2-3 ni Demon.
KDA really doesn't matter in the long run though, Arctic. But yeah, looking at KDAs, you have to talk about Demon. He's still 100% of the kills that TNC has. TNC have 4 kills and he has 1 kill with so yeah, looks like they're really focusing around the bot. Talagang tinatry nilang bigyan na lamang ito si Demon, and that's not a bad game plan if you're TNC, because Demon has been one of the standouts throughout the split. Siya talaga yung kumbaga lumabas na star player from TNC, but don't take any credit away from the rest of the members. All of them have definitely stepped up as he's roaming in the bot lane. Hindi to kita ng TME.
Yeah, that's gonna be the Weaver's Roll right there. Gonna head straight for Marky. Rox was able to escape. It looks like Marky is gonna get full collapse. And that's gonna be TNC 4 members getting the kill onto TME's marksman.
This is a bloodbath in the bot lane, Arctic. Hindi tinitigilan ng TNC Pro Team si Marky at si Rox, because looking at how TME have picked here, they're relying a lot on Marky Zaya to get ahead now. Trevor, he's roamed up just to try and defend the tower.
Yeah, that's quite a bit of damage na deal ng TNC dito sa turret ng Team Manila Eagles. So, looks like Trevor, he's gonna have to stick around because TNC, they're gonna really get that shove on. Medyo hinay-hinay muna sila though. But still, definitely a great build-up here. And I'd have to agree with you, Chisto, in what you said as far as itong strategy ng TNC. Nakita naman talaga natin yung proficiency ni Demon. Now, once he pops off, especially on this Tristana, at such an early phase in the game, that's gonna be devastation for Team Manila Eagles right there. At kung titingnan mo yung composition ng TNC, they have the ingredients to make these fights work for them and just allow Demon to deal damage. But that's gonna be a jumping coming in from Bird. Easily yanks in from Black Cook. He's trying to make his way out of there. Will he survive to tell the tale though? Trevor, he's gonna try to support him. Orthros, he's very, very low. Looks like he'll have to suffer as a casualty. Hayes, he's trying to get a little bit of damage there onto Trevor, but that will end in a 1-for-1.
Yeah, isa na namang 1-for-1 across na. Dito naman sa mid lane, hindi na alis na tayo sa bot lane. Nag-roam na si Orthros, but still, that is a jungler traded for support. So, who has more value, Arctic? And looking at this game, Cook, he hasn't done much value for his team. You haven't seen the proactivity be matched. Seabur's constantly ganking the bot lane, whereas Cook's not able to respond, not able to use his Juwani yet. We're still waiting to see kung kailan niya magagamit yung Glacial Prison niya as not a defensive tool because look at mid lane, he did burn his ult but he still died.
Yes, and it's interesting that you brought that up kasi yun nga yung nakikita natin so far. All this proactivity, all the initiations mostly coming in from TNC. If anything, TME, mas naging responsive na lang sila sa kung anong ginagawa ng TNC sa mapa. At usually, once TNC does initiates, they at least get something bago maka-rest back ng Team Manila Eagles.
You know, honestly, JLC has played more like a jungler compared to Cook so far in this game. Mas nakikita kong gumagang si JLC, mas he's making the more proactive plays even though they haven't been panning out. He has been making more moves compared to Kupsu has just been relegated to trying to respond to what Burst can do. Pero the moment that he arrives, patay na yung mga kasama niya. There's really nothing you can do if your teammates are dead. So that's just very unfortunate for Team Manila Eagles. It's a very big hole na kailangan nilang hukayin pa palabas ngayon.
Interesting that you bring that up kasi that's actually much key information if you're going up against Team Manila Eagles kasi a lot of the games na nakita natin from TME, especially a lot of their losing games, yun usually yung mga laro na wala masyadong impact si Kups dun sa early game. And I think that in itself is a clear sign kung ganong ka-crucial ang pathing ni Kups within the earlier phases. Not just the pathing, pero kung ano yung success na nadadala niya to influence the lanes. And so far, yun ang medyo absent dito sa how Team Manila Eagles has been playing out this game so far. And unless na makagawa sila ng proactive move themselves, but okay, speaking of proactivity, Trevor gets quite a bit of damage there onto Haze, pero still pretty good.
The cleanse will save his life, but I think Trevor could have gone all in there with the Spirit Rush, pero he was respecting that Burst could have possibly been in the area. But yeah, looking back, I think it goes back to your previous point where both junglers really complement their laners very well. In a sense where, yeah, Burst has been playing this very well, but because we haven't seen him on the map yet, now he's trying to brute force mid lane. TNC though, they're gonna defend.
TNC looks like we're gonna see an initiation coming in from Burst right there. It's gonna be a full-on fight. Four members of TNC are working their magic right there. Unfortunately, all the members of TME, they're far from the comfort of their turret. JLC is trying to back up. That's two members of Team Manila Eagles taking off the bird so far. That's gonna be Weaver's Wall coming in from Haze para i-deny ang escape path nitong si JLC. Patuloy pa rin hinabol ng mga miyembro ng TNC. Burst, he's gonna try to yank back JLC in. Unfortunately, walang kaduo just to get that yank back. But that's gonna be all five members of TNC converging onto JLC right now. JLC denied the blasting code, and that's gonna end in a 3-0 in favor of TNC Pro Team.
Yeah, that's one way to defend your tower though. JLC wants Ace! No! Oh, that's unlucky. But yeah, Arctic, that's one way to defend your mid lane tower. Why not get a 3-man kidnap? And they're still going for more.
Yes, looks like Marky. They're going to try to back away. Luckily, does not get yanked in onto TNC. Going to try to deal a bit of damage. Gets knocked up. Cho'Gath doesn't suffer that much damage. But man, TNC, they're really starting to pop off now.
Yeah, ayaw nilang tumigil dito eh. And alam nila na lamang sila. Alam nila na kayang-kaya lang ituloy-tuloy. And let's go over the replay of this. And like I mentioned, this is one way to defend mid lane. Why not get a 3-man Zac ultimate? It's a perfect combo by Burst here. Great execution. The collapse as well. Everyone from TNC was first in this fight, and that's why they crushed it.
And it's such a shame because that was a little bit of unfortunate positioning para dito sa Team Manila Eagles, but a perfect set for TNC because of how clump TME was grouped up. Burst just able to get the full value out of that Let's Bounce by getting those three members right there. So, nakakapanghinayang talaga. But it was
well, the denial of the blast one. That's a smart play by Arthur. Just great awareness. But yeah, looking back, TME, they are behind. But this isn't a new situation for them. They can definitely come back. They're going to try and go for something here.
Yes, Haze takes quite a bit of damage. Looks like Burst is going to help him out. Arthur's trying to party as well. That's going to be another bounce in onto TME going into the turret. And that ends in a 2-0 man again in favor of TNC Pro Team.
Man, I want to stop crediting TNC, but that looks like deja vu right there. We saw that literally a few minutes ago and we immediately go back to that thing. Ngayon, TNC, they're gonna try and take down the mid lane tower, but without Demon there, I don't think they deal enough damage. It's 2 tanks and a Talia.
Okay, so man, with all the proactivity coming in with TNC though, let's try to look at where Team Manila Eagles is at right now because we're gonna try to look for angles wherein they try to get back into this game, what they can work with. Because in all fairness, gaya nga ng sinasabi ko, medyo okay pa si Marky where he's at right now. It's just that maybe Demon's pulling it a little bit more ahead. Pero you can't really say that Marky's too behind either.
But TME aren't out.
Yes.
They aren't out of this game yet. There's gonna come a point where it's gonna be very difficult, very hard to team fight. Laban sa Sion and sa Johan. It's a huge front line for Demon and Haze to try and break through. So if TME are able to reach that point where they have enough tanky stats and can really match the engages from TNC, maybe that could be their way back in. But they're so far off from it. It's already a 5k goal lead, and we're not even 20 minutes into the game.
Yeah, and I think that's quite the tricky part to deal with when you're kind of playing from behind at such a big of a difference within just the first 15 minutes of the game. I mean, if it were a little bit later into the game, I feel like that would have been much more workable kasi at least yun yung point na medyo naka-build up yung parehong sides, even with TNC kind of playing from behind a bit, and 5,000 wouldn't have been much of a difference. Pero yun nga, since we are a little bit too early in, I mean, I want to try to look at ways Team Eagles can try to get back here, but it really depends on how they could capitalize on if TNC does make a mistake on the map. It looks like Burst, he's gonna try to get us. Unfortunately, hindi na nakuha ang connect dito kay Trevor. Trevor just gonna be A-okay.
Yeah, okay lang siya. He does not burn flash or doesn't burn his ult, and that's confidence right there to be able to escape that, because Burst has been exerting a lot of pressure in this game. But yeah, looking back, given that this patch is really centered around that Baron, because it's a very early game centric patch, that could be one way that TNE can go back into the game if they're able to defend around the Baron well. Kung kaya nilang i-deny yung Baron galing sa TNC, but oh, they're gonna go for something.
Yes, Trevor tries to get a set right there, but looks like, ooh, unstoppable onslaught. Unfortunately, ramming into a wall.
It's actually stoppable.
Yep.
Pwede mong pigilan yung unstoppable onslaught. It doesn't follow its namesake as Burst.
Ooh, JLC caught between two members of TNC though. Orthos and Akos, they're gonna go for the chase. Get slowed down. Weaver's wall to deny JLC again from making the escape right there. Mukhang sasama na rin si Burst dito, and that's gonna be the takedown onto the top laner of Team Manila Eagles.
That's incredibly unfortunate for JLC. Gusto lang niya tulungan yung team niya pero mukhang nahuhuli siya. Now, TNC comes from Akos.
Yes, this was a great move coming in from Team Manila Eagles, seeing that there was a lot of distraction happening in the mid lane. They tried to go for that turret towards bot lane. Unfortunately, TNC were able to respond to that, but that's something that is workable here for Team Manila Eagles. If they could capitalize on that bot lane, maybe it is a small build-up. I mean, it's better than nothing, without a doubt, that's for sure.
Oh man, Arctic, this lead is spiraling out of control. Nahihirapan na yung TME dito. If they wanna come back in this game, it's gonna take a monumental effort because this lead is massive, only 18 minutes into the game.
Oof, and of course, like we're seeing here, TNC, they're gonna go for this Rift Herald here. Unfortunately, nobody within the vicinity for Team Manila Eagles para i-contest ko. Not that they really have vision to do so. So this is a bit of a worry here kasi TNC with the lead that they have, medyo if they play their cards right within these next few minutes leading up to the release of this Rift Herald, medyo malaking value yung pwedeng makuha nila dito.
Alam mo, tingin ko, TME tinanggap na nila na kailangan nila mag-stall dito. Kailangan nilang paabutin ng late game to where the gold lead doesn't matter as much. And I think they've banked on just turtling here because now Trevor will be forced to use his Spirit Rush just to get away from the Zac. But yeah, I think tinanggap na ng TME na kailangan nila mag-deflon dito.
Yeah, and I think that's a good move here coming in from Team Manila Eagles. But you don't want to force it to get too much. But looks like we're going to be seeing a fight right here as TNC invades the territory of Team Manila Eagles. JLC tries to go for a response, pero yung A-OK naman si Kurt, so no casualties.
He's not stopping, Arctic.
Yeah.
He really isn't stopping. Like every time the screen pans out, it's a Zac jumping in, trying to pressure Team Manila Eagles. They have to defend here. Yeah,
and I think with this defense, like the best that they can do, restrain themselves a bit in terms of yung positioning lang, not overextending too much into for an easier reach for TNC. Also, a bit more proactivity with vision as well towards their side of the jungle para hindi sila basta-basta nasasetan ng TNC in their own territory para lang mas maging komportable sila in terms of taking whatever they can just to maintain, at least try not to allow the gold lead to continue to grow bigger.
Yeah, and mukhang one way na ginagawa ng TME to avoid the gold lead from getting bigger is avoiding fights. They've done a good job so far for the past few minutes of avoiding TNC from looking for a good engage onto them, and they've really been playing it super safe, Arctic.
And so far, I guess this is a good thing here for Team Manila Eagles. As we can see, medyo nag-slow down na rin yung nakukuhang pickoffs ng TNC Pro Team. It's because of how Team Manila Eagles has been playing a little bit more of a safer stance here. Much more aware of where Burst may potentially make sets. Kaya hindi sila masyadong nagpo-push into a position wherein mas madali silang masaset up nitong elastic slingshot into a let's bounce. So definitely good here for TME. Let's see if they could continue to keep up this steadier pace na hindi na nakakapag-capitalize tong TNC Pro Team.
Yeah, speaking of position, Arctic, TNC are looking for a gank mid lane, but looking at that those wards placed in the river, they're posturing up for a roam from Haze towards this bot lane, but Mukhang may Mountain Drake. It is on the table. This might be a free objective for TNC Pro Team.
Yes, unfortunately for Team Manila Eagles, these are the objectives that they kind of have to give up. Pero I gotta give my kudos to Trevor right there. Nakikita natin yung adaptability niya na because of how many ganks Burst has been able to go for here in this mid lane, as soon as Trevor clears out a wave, he knows how to restrain himself in a way na he's not gonna allow himself to get in further deep na to make an easier set here for Burst. Just farms up whatever he can and immediately backs off just to deny any more pressure coming in from TNC na maka-pick off pa sila.
Yeah, kailangan mo respetuhin yung Zac Arctic. This is a lot of range to catch onto that R regardless of how mobile she is. And like I mentioned, TME so far, they've done a good job of avoiding these fights, but they're bleeding objectives, they're bleeding resources. Oo nga, hindi nga sila napapatay dito, but TNC are getting objectives off of the map.
Yes. And looks like great spawn here for Herald coming in towards bot lane. Just gonna
That thing's gone.
pretty much good. Just one boop, and that's gonna be a turret for TNC. Looks like they're not gonna be pushing it, so TME will be able to take down this Rift Herald. Will not allow it to get any more further value. So I think that's probably one of the best case scenarios here for Team Manila Eagles. Yung hindi masyadong nasagad ng TNC itong advantage ng Rift Herald into tier 2 turret.
Yeah, but speaking of things that TNC can take, kayang-kaya nilang mag-baron dito, Arctic. They are moving towards that area. You do have a Cho'Gath to easily secure this. I think they're just gonna go for Vision for now. It's still very early into the game, but Baron is definitely one of the things na kaya nilang gawin.
And I think ito yung napapag-usapan natin kanina na Team Manila Eagles may mga certain objectives talaga na kailangan nilang i-give up because they are playing from behind right now. Pero with this Baron up, I feel like this is one of those things that they shouldn't be giving up way too easily to TNC. Because with this Baron, alam naman natin lahat kung ganong kalaki yung impact nito. Oh no, JLC is gonna get converged on by 3 members of TNC. Andyan rin si Demons. Whoops, he's gonna try to deal, but Hayes immediately cuts off the escape path of Team Manila Eagles. Unfortunately, that will be top laner down for Team Manila Eagles. 1 for nothing, and looks like TNC will get this first tier turret towards top side, effectively clearing out all first tier turrets across the map from Team Manila Eagles.
At JLC, now 0-3-0. Burst is gonna try and go for more.
Oh, looks like Marky, they try to go for Marky, but that's going to be the knock on the rock box. He's taking up so much damage. He's going to try to back away. Unfortunately, looks like he'll survive the Silvertail, but looks like Marky was kind of left behind there. Icarus now on a rampage, gets him right away, but that's going to be a consolation right there. Trevor able to take down Hayes. He's going to try to run this out. TNC looks like they're going to back away for the meantime. They're trying to look for Trevor here, but Trevor is trying to look for an escape path. That's going to be the flash out of there, but still, great escape from the mid laner of TME, but at what cost?
A cost of his flash, really. And I think in the end, Gromp actually saved Trevor because Orthos tried to chase over and flashed over the wall. Unfortunately, it did hit the jungle camp, but still, that's a big win for TNC Pro Team.
And with that, I think that was a good thing here for them because upon going back, it allows them to gain a little bit more control over this Baron side. Let's go ahead and see what Team Manila Eagles will be doing, though. I do see a little bit of a maneuver here coming in from Marky to deal with whatever comes up here towards top side. Establish definitely probably a little bit of defensive vision on their own side towards the river side of Baron because that's something that they don't want to surrender dito nga kay TNC under any circumstances.
Yeah, pero going back to yung previous point na pinag-uusapan natin, Arctic, binanggit natin na Team Manila Eagles have done a great job of avoiding fights. Unfortunately, we saw the previous fight, how it all started is because JLC got caught out trying to lay down vision into that, but I think he placed the control ward but didn't realize na nandun na lahat ng members of TNC. TME can't afford more of these errors because if they aren't able to stall this game long enough, TNC are just gonna run away with it.
Yes, and looks like we're gonna see a little bit of a off here. JLC, he's a little bit more on the healthier side, so I think he should be just fine unless there's going to be a converging here towards the bot side. Pero pansinin natin yung itemization ng TNC so far, particularly from Icarus and Burst. Nakikita na naman na natin yung telltale signs na eventually mag-build up into a banner of command. So that's going to be a bit trickier for TME to deal with once na build up na yun ni Burst tsaka ni Icarus. So we're going to have to see how this goes as far as pressure.
Oh no.
Oh no, Rocks. And Marky, they're trying to back away, but unfortunately Rocks easily gets taken down by the members of TNC Pro Team. Marky's going to try to back away. Luckily, Ultimate to make sure he doesn't get yanked back into the fight by TNC. So that's going to be a support down for TME. And TNC, what are they going to go for next? Are they going to go for Baron?
They can definitely go for this Baron because they're just so confident to do this. Sobrang laki no lamang nila na if TME go for a fight, they're already in a disadvantageous situation. And Look at the vision here. TME are forced to face check.
Oh no, Burst, he's gonna straight and tries to go for Marky. Actually gets the bullet. That's gonna be a full conversion coming in from TNC. Marky's down. TME, they're gonna try to back away now. JLC is gonna try to zone away just so that they can reach Trevor, but looks like Burst gonna elastic slingshot his way in there. Patuloy pa rin humabol ang TNC Coops. He's very, very low. Hayes gets the kill. That's gonna be 2 members of TME down so far. I think this is it. This could be the time to go for Baron.
That's a jungler down Arctic, and that signals TNC to go for this Baron. And once they do go back, if those ages of the lead goes into a banner of command, it's incredibly difficult for TME to defend us. Trevor, he does have his ultimate to get out here.
Yes.
Oh no, there's a ward.
Trevor, he's gonna try to continue to... looks like he'll be okay. But of course, TNC, they're building up the momentum right now. Medyo malakas na yung potential nila makapag-siege ng turrets. At gaya nga ng sinasabi ni Chisto, with a double banner of command, kapag nakumpleto yun ni Burst saka ni Ikaros.
Inaantay ko yung banner. He bought Locket though! By
Looks like
banner!
we'll go for a Locket.
No. So sad.
Yeah, that would have been... but looks like
Yeah,
Ikaros will
okay.
be going for the banner of command.
MVP si Ikaros Arctic. He bought banner, but I think double banner would have been great.
Yeah, I
for
agree with you.
TNC, but I think they'll just settle for one here.
I think, they're not pushing the envelope a bit too much here. They still want to at least make things a little bit more safer here. I think I'd agree with you though. Double banner of command would have made things much more faster. Pero I think it's just TNC Pro Team covering all aspects now. Let's say if ever makakakuha ng magandang set tong Team Manaligas, at least settled sila. They do have double lockets in the form of Burst and Orthros having it. So I think it's a good preemptive measure. I mean, even though they're playing ahead, you don't want to push it too much.
Yeah, and speaking of pushing, with that Mountain Drake going over the TNC Pro Team, and they have a Tristana as well. The moment the Demon gets to these towers, mawawala lang yung towers ng TME. Oh my god. TME have such a difficult task here to try and defend versus the push that TNC are pushing towards them. And this is such a big challenge for our current champions.
I'd have to agree with you. I mean, gaya nga ng pinag-usapan natin, there would have been a little bit more of fight potential coming in from Team Manaligas kapag nakipag-head-to-head sila dito sa TNC. Ang problema kasi, as far as trying to protect your key carries here, like Trevor, like Marky, you have to take into account kung ano yung
look at his damage.
Kaya ko sustain ni JLC tsaka ni Cooks ngayon. But looks like, man, that turret just going down way too fast. Not just with the damage of TNC, but that cannon minion right there is just wreaking havoc in this mid lane.
Oh man, Arctic. I mean, ayaw mong you don't want to count out TME, but look at the deficit they're facing at the moment. It's a 15k goal lead at 28 minutes. First, he's just constantly going for this.
Yeah, look at the pressure. TME, they're really not pushing the boundaries here by initiating onto TNC. Not that they can, because they're quite behind right now. Ito yung sinasabi ko kanina na even with the tanks coming in from Team Eagles, they can't quite deal with the damage output from TNC Pro Team.
Now this tower will go down. There's pretty much nothing you can do versus that kind of push. TME, you need to hold on. If you want to force that game fight, you need to do something.
Yes, exactly. And with that something, they need to try to hold out, avoid TNC from taking as much as they can. Looks like Burst, he's going to go for it. He manages to yank in rocks, but looks like they're going to try to go for Cook first, taking so much damage. Looks like they try to go for it. Orthros now getting the kill onto Cook right there, but TNC, they're not done just yet. They are trying to back away a bit. They don't want to force things way too much. Looks like Team Eagles, they will manage to let this turret last for now.
Look at the front line of TNC. Do you see how much damage they've done?
Oh, Trevor is trying to go for Demon. Demon, he's very, very low. Burst is going to try to zone out the members of Team Manila Eagles. Pero patuloy pa rin. Hinahabol ng mga miyembro ng TNC. They're keeping the members of TME at bay. And it looks like TME, they managed to last this out. They clear out that wave. Looks like base is A-okay, but they have to deal with this wave right here.
Sinabi ko na kailangan may gawin sila. That is a good defense by TME given how much of a deficit they were at. That was a great defense at their bot lane inhibitor turret. So they need more of this if they want to hold out.
Yeah, I'd have to give my kudos to Team Manila Eagles right there. They're clearly still in this fight right there. Gaya nga ng sinasabi natin, napaka-tindi na ng lead ng TNC. But Team Manila Eagles, they held their ground right there. It could have gone way, way worse if they allowed TNC to have their way in those fights. But they managed to hold their ground. And I think that's probably the best case scenario right there. Yes, they do lose out on an inhibitor, and that was just one casualty for them. But that could have been an ace to the finish for TNC. So very well played here by Team Manila Eagles as far as the defense that they pulled up.
Yeah, championship mentality yung pumapasok ng Arctic. Ayaw nilang hayaan na lang ng TNC na mag-push dito. Pero yung TNC, gusto nilang pumunta sa finals and they are gonna push strong here.
Man, that's gonna be quite the Cinderella story here for TNC if they could pull that off all the way to the finals. But we'll still have to see though. Team Manila Eagles, they're definitely showing some fight in them. But TNC, they're going for a very systematic rotation here. With mid cleared out, they could go for bot lane, they could go for top side. Looks like Nature's top right here to clear out that second tier turret.
Yeah, and the moment that Demon gets to hit this tower, but I don't think antay nila yun.
Yes,
Burst has got it.
Burst is going to go straight in, manages to clump off both rocks as well as Koops. Koops is going to be the first to fall. Looks like that's going to be the Weaver's wall to isolate JLC. JLC, he won't be able to make that escape right there. That's going to be the turret down. JLC is taking so much damage from all 5 members of TNC Pro Team. Looks like TME, they're trying to salvage this fight right here. Marky is the next to fall with only Trevor and Rox on the defense. Looks like Demon, he's not done just yet. He wants more blood from Team Manila Eagles, but looks like Trevor and Rox will escape just safely. But will they be able to hold the fort for Team Manila Eagles? Will they be able to keep the dream alive? TNC, all 5 members, they're going for these Nexus turrets right here. That's going to be Nexus turret number 1. That's Nexus turret number 2. Trevor and Rox, can they do something to salvage this fight? Trevor, he's going to try to go for Haze. Haze takes quite a bit of damage, but Trevor gets knocked back right there. He's going to be going down. Rox is the only one to hold the fort. Ladies and gentlemen, is this going to be it for Team Manila Eagles? TNC, they're going for this Nexus. Copes is up. Can he try to salvage this fight? He's going to try to go for Haze. Looks like TNC, they're going to try to clear out targets first. That's going to be Haze going down. Looks like TME is gonna have to fall for now as TNC, they're gonna book their ticket to the finals of the PGS.
That was very one-sided game in favor of TNC Pro Team. But yeah, it looks like they will eliminate the defending champions from the playoffs. And just like that, TNC, they're headed to the finals.
Man, I was kind of holding my breath there. I thought that Team Manila Eagles was gonna salvage at that last minute. But unfortunately, masyado nang maraming elements yung nagpo-push in nasa Nexus. Not just them dealing with the members of TNC, but just the waves pushing in general. So that was such a tricky situation for Team Manila
Yeah,
Eagles.
feeling ko masyado nang malaki yung deficit na yun. I mean, the comeback was there. It was possible, Arctic. But in the end, just the lead, just overwhelming from TNC. And they played towards it very well. They were very systematic. Burst really carried that early game for them and really was the focal point and the reason why TNC got so far ahead and really got that big lead because of their play around the bot lane, which was the key for TNC in winning this decisive 4th game.
Man, I gotta say, after that series, it's a little bit bittersweet for me, to be honest.
Yeah, because you're a fan of both of these teams.
Yeah.
And it would suck for you to just see one of them lose. But
exactly.
you have to feel good because one of them had to win in the end.
I agree. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm kind of sad to not be able to see Marky and Rox play in the finals. Just everybody on TME, of course. But of course, at the same time, I also gotta give my props to TNC because I feel like, gaya nga ng sinasabi ko, there was just such a massive 360-degree change across the board for them. I mean, they covered the 360. Not because 360, obviously, that's just...
Umikot lang sila.
Yeah, umikot lang.
Doon pa rin sila nakaharap.
Exactly. But yeah, gaya nga ng sinasabi ko, I feel like TNC, they work their butt off to get to where they're at right now. So I gotta say, it's well deserved, definitely. Pero guys, there you have it. We have our first finalists. Who would have thought it? TNC Pro Team. After such a drought these past 2 splits, finally, it's like, are they gonna take it all the way as to take their first champion title? I guess malalaman natin yan by Saturday. But of course, wala pa tayo sa finals, guys. We still have one semifinals match to settle. That's gonna be Mineski versus Farsi X-Rage Esports. So, chill lang muna kayo, guys. We're gonna be taking quite a bit of a break. We have been your casters, Arctic at Yoserislam. Siyempre, kasama ko si Chisto. Ito ulit ang 2018 Bacchus Pro Gaming Series Spring Playoffs. Kita-kits tayo for match 2. TNC. Looks like we're going to see an initiation coming in from first right there. It's going to be a full-on fight. 4 members of TNC are working their magic right there. Unfortunately, all the members of TME, they're far from the comfort of their turret. JLC is trying to back up. That's 2 members of Team Manila Eagles taking off the bird so far. That's going to be Weaver's Wall coming in from Haze para i-deny ang escape path. Itong si JLC, patuloy pa rin hinabol ng mga member ng TNC. First, he's going to try to yank back JLC, and unfortunately, walang kaduo just to get that yank back. But that's going to be all 5 members of TNC converging onto JLC right now. JLC denied the blasting goal, and that's going to end in a 3-0 in favor of TNC. He's going to help him out. Yeah, that's going to party as well. That's going to be another bounce in onto TME going into the turret, and that ends in a 2-0 goal. Looks like Marky, they try to go for Marky, but that's going to be enough on the Rock. He's taking up so much damage. He's going to try to back away. Unfortunately, looks like he'll survive to tell the tale, but looks like Marky was kind of left behind there. Icarus now on a rampage, gets him right away, but that's going to be a consolation right there. Trevor able to take down Haze. He's going to try to run this out. TNC looks like they're going to back away for the meantime. They're trying to look for Trevor here, but Trevor is trying to look for an escape path. That's going to be the flash out of there. but still, great escape from the
Division here. Game here forced to face check.
Oh no, Burst, he's gonna straight and tries to go for Marky. Actually gets the bullet. That's gonna be a full conversion coming in from TNC. Marky's down. TME, they're gonna try to back away now. JLC is gonna try to zone away just so that they can reach Trevor, but looks like Burst gonna elastic slingshot his way in there. Patuloy pa rin humabol ang TNC Coops. He's very, very low. Hayes gets the kill. That's gonna be two members of TME
Only
down
the Demon
to
gets to hit this tower, but I don't think antay nila yun.
Yes,
Burst
looks
has got it.
Burst is gonna go straight and manages to clump off both rocks as well as Coops. Coops is gonna be the first to fall. Looks like that's gonna be the Weaver's wall to isolate JLC. JLC, he won't be able to make that escape right there. That's gonna be the turret down. JLC is taking so much damage from all 5 members of TNC Pro Team. Looks like TME, they're trying to salvage this fight right here. Marky is the next to fall with only Trevor and Rox.
Oh, Demon!
Even looks like Demon, he's not done just yet. He wants more blood from Team Manila, but looks like Trevor and Rox will escape this safely, but will he be able to Trevor, he's going to try to go for Hayes. Hayes takes quite a bit of damage, but Trevor gets knocked back right there. He's going to be going down. Rox is the only one to hold the fort. Ladies and gentlemen, is this going to be it for Team Manila Eagles? TNC, they're going for this Nexus. Copes is up. Can he try to salvage this fight? He's going to try to go for Hayes. Looks like TNC, they're going to try to clear out targets first. That's going to be Hayes going down. Looks like TME is going to have to fall for now as TNC, they're going to book their ticket to the finals of the PGS.
That was